I wouldn't leave here if it caught on fire. No shot. I've peopled all I'm going to people. I don't want to people anymore. I'm tired of people. This is how little I want to go outside. I am excited to sit in the TV watching room here at Mullet Manor and just get after it on some preseason football. I would say he is without a shadow of a doubt the best player on that team. He's definitely the best player on that offense. Uh, but I don't necessarily know that that's going to mean a lot. Mm, mm. I did. I think Chris Womack sent it to me and said, "Did Tank do this?" That feels like an autocorrect gone wrong. Woo! Yay! Well, because ESPN, in stereotypical ESPN fashion, they took something we said, and a day later they went, "Hey, let's see what that would look like." I'm gonna have several cocktails. It's gonna be wonderful. I do love a gin and tonic is very high on my list. Let's go. Oh, for sure. I mean, and it's still. I'm not going to say it's changing every day, but we're trying to make it better and better every day. We're adding new stuff. We're going to have more tailgate tours dropping in a handful of days. We've got tailgate tours that are getting very close to that sellout level. Tennessee, Oklahoma, getting close. Georgia, Austin P may have already happened. I'm not sure. We have two extra seats in the back seat of the truck, so I'm still trying to compute. Okay, if we take the sponsor, then we got to have and we've sold that. Okay, it's a Mr. Wizard formula. It is still available as of right now, but if you want to go to that game, I highly advise you do it now. And if you do, we will find a way. If there aren't actually seats there, which I think there still are. If the server tells you sold out, then it's sold out. No, I, it's football, which is better than it's football, which is better than the alternative. I mean, look, you're going to get the starters more this week than you have in the past or in last week. I just don't. It feels like every year the preseason gets devalued slightly more and slightly more and slightly more. And this year it feels like it means less than it ever has before. Well, what I would do is asking me what I would do in a preseason. You're talking about asking somebody from days gone by. You might as well just ask the typewriter salesman how to work a computer. Because what I would do and what is even vaguely possible are not even in the same ballpark. No, I would. See, my strategy for the preseason is nobody does it the way I would. Starters play a series or two in the first and third game. They're playing a half or more in the middle one. I'm getting one dress rehearsal out of this, period. Other than the other two games, I don't care if the water boy comes out and plays. I do want that one. I don't want my first live reps to be in week one of the preseason or in week one of the regular season. Excuse me. Did you hear what Ben Johnson came out and said about that? He said we overwhelmed Caleb. uh, and look, I love Ben Johnson, but there is part of me that wants to call him and go, buddy, we need to talk about how you talk to the media because so far you are doing a bad job of not giving them things that turn into headlines. Well, the thing about Caleb is that this steers into exactly what it was I said about him coming into the draft process. Bryce, it caught us a little off guard that he was so out of sorts. And for Bryce, I think it was a confidence issue. It ain't a confidence issue for Caleb Williams. When you're coming out telling me we overwhelmed him because we gave him the full system that he's getting ready to run, that tells me everything I need to know. Because you're not going to pick it up. It's the middle of August. I don't believe you're going to get it between now and September was it 6th? I'm going to say there's a great chance that this is just headed down a path of he ain't going to get it. That's a. I'm not in love with the way you just said that. Well, about I'll say 80% of quarterbacks that are drafted in the NFL never get it. They never get it. Josh Rosen never got it. I would argue Baker Mayfield to this day still hasn't gotten it. He just wound up in a situation where he's got big ass Mike Evans over here and Chris Godwin in the slot. In terms of the intricacies of playing quarterback, he is clueless. I could not tell you how many times, even last year, in what is a pretty simplified offense with two tackles that played really well. I could not tell you how many times he got sacked on what is easy to figure out was his fault. You set that protection wrong. When you watch a lineman that just goes, I don't know, there's nobody there. You told me there'd be somebody here, and there's nobody here. That's 99 times out of 100 on the quarterback. So, I mean, this thought that, well, he's just going to get it if we keep telling him. No, maybe he just sucks. I mean, I hate to be so blunt about this. Maybe he just sucks. I didn't want to say that when he came out of USC, and I feel like I did a pretty good job of tap dancing around it. I wouldn't have drafted Caleb Williams in the 7th round of that class because I never saw it in him. There was no tape. There was no nothing. Caleb Williams and Shedeur Sanders were like mirror images of each other to me. So am I surprised by any of this? No, I'm not. And if you recall, the day Ben Johnson took this job, what was the first thing I said? You just went from rudimentary middle school English to a college 401 class, going from everything they had was Shane Waldron to Ben Johnson. None of this should surprise anybody. They're definitively not ready to put this product out on the field. It could be awful. Caleb did every bit of this himself. Are you in the wrong? Is your mic in the wrong port or something? They can't hear you. They literally, I couldn't even listen to you because the chat was going nuts of telling me the same thing over and over again. I get it. You can't hear him. He's coming through on my side. There is nothing else that can be wrong on my side. Nothing changed over here either, but they can't hear you somehow. Yeah, nothing I do changes anything. So we got a series of super chats, and Michael has a really good question. And they're screwing with me in the chat, which I'm trying not to let piss me off, and yet somehow it is. Yep, I mean, I've pinned the comment and everything. somehow the YouTube can't hear you. It's coming into my ears, which is the same thing that goes out. So I have no clue. Usually when we start a stream and people go, "Oh, Tank's muted," I already knew that because I said something to him and I didn't hear anything. Not this time. I hear him perfectly. Yeah, I'll read them. Apparently, a lot of people are listening to us on the iHeartRadio app, and they're just keeping the video up. I keep making mime tanks, and the next one is pretty sweet. It has an ED joke in it, which means it's just phenomenal. Are you sure? Are you sure? Let's see. The first one was from Sir Jimothy, who keeps up a running tradition of falafel Jerry Jones, although this time he threw Philadelphia in it too. Gambit fan asked, why does Tank's Mike have a flower?" And I said, because make an erectile dysfunction joke when I asked ChatGPT to do it, and that's what it came up with. So I don't know. Ask the AI. Ask the technology, which is not working. Soaring Eagle said, "Cleveland never change. Just never change. It's something new every single day, and I love it. I love it." Dylan Gabriel. Well, Shador drama's A1 since day one. Now Quinshon Judkins is coming back because yesterday was a bad day for the Cleveland judicial system, but not bad for players that play for the Cleveland Browns. Quinshon Judkins and Isaiah Bond, both just you may or may not have committed crimes, but we're not going to charge you in very stereotypical 2025 assistant district attorney fashion. Hey, now you have an overrated wide receiver, and you have you're probably the best running back on your team. Good for you. Oh no, no, that's gonna be a no from me, dog. The final one is from Sir Jimothy, who said, "We can't hear Tank if you didn't know." I only got that said to me maybe 9,000 times in the chat. Thank you, thank you for that. I don't know if they can hear. They couldn't hear the commercials. They can't hear you, which is all coming out of the same channel. So that at least makes sense. Oh, I've already seen enough of Joe Burrow. No, I'm good there. I don't need to see any more of that. I want to see more of Jackson Dart and more of Jackson Dart's mom. That's really the high water mark of the preseason for me. Art, you're messing with me, right? You should make a Google search thing because it'll make one Google search thing and it'll all make sense to you. I mean, if you live by a very subtle philosophy of older the berry, the sweeter the juice, then that should be right up your alley. She already has a restraining order on Zach Wilson. I promise. For sure. It's all fine. Nothing to see here. I would be shocked if he didn't. I mean, really, what do you need to see from Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston? They've been in the league for 413 years. I got that. I want to see can Jackson Dart actually play. Well, I would have never signed Russell Wilson, and Jameis Winston would be the backup to one Jackson Nathaniel Dart Jr. Where should they be, or where are they? I think they actually believe they can win games with Russell Wilson, which is hilarious to me. I mean, with that roster, the only way any of you are not getting fired by week 8 is if Jackson Dart comes in and looks good. He was on a good team, though. Yeah, we signed you. Yeah, we changed our mind. He got way more money. He earned $60. I think he got 54 some odd million. Thank you. I cannot for the life of me figure out why they can't hear you. Oh, good Lord. I'll give you things that we didn't ever really need for 5,000, Alex. They don't. Yeah, they don't buy books. They might buy them on a Kindle, but in terms of an actual book, Barnes and Noble, sad Christmas. By the way, if you had told me Master Baker in yeast mode would be in this show, I would have said it's going to be a weird day. And so far, it has been. And to make it a little weirder, my story's about baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers, they're on a pretty good tear. They actually won 12 consecutive games. I don't know if did they win last night? You're the baseball guy. Yes, that's pretty solid. The Brewers. They did not play last night, so they have won 12 straight games. There, yep, there. That's the story I'm going to tell. There is a chain of restaurants, the George Webb restaurants, that have had a promotion that has run in Milwaukee all the way back to the Milwaukee Braves. Team wins 12 consecutive games, free burgers for everybody. Tank, that goes all the way back to the 40s. How many times has he had to pay this off? This will be the third. In just under 85 years will be the third time he's ever had to pay this off. In 1970, they changed it to because originally it was 17 games. They changed it to 12 in 70. They won 13 in a row in 1987, and they did it again in 2018. The two times they have done this, it has led to 90,000 free burgers being given away. That is a lot of moo cow. Well, yeah, I mean that's the indelible mark of a great promotion is we really like one that only happens once every 30-ish years. Well, I mean they have done a list. I cannot tell you that it is a great list. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Jordan Raynon. COVID number 9. I tend to agree with that. I also love that they said their biggest X factor was Andrew Thomas. Now, their biggest X factor is there a an airborne virus that will keep people from flying to New York to kick your guts in? Because that's really the only way that it's not going to happen a bunch of times. Well, I mean, the defense is good. I think that might even be pushing it. I mean, how many points did the New York Giants score last year? Is it going to be better or worse than that? I mean, to me, it feels like it's going to be exactly the same. And they were at 16.1 again. Oh, my God, that is awful. The New York Jets took years off my life, and they literally scored 3.5 more points a game than the Giants did. Oh, oh, that's that. Top 25. He would have to be horrific. I mean, me being as nice as I can. I mean, there's really this is as high watermark as I think you can go. I'll say you could beat the Cowboys once. You could beat the Saints. And maybe the Raiders at the end of the year. I mean, but name me the game where you're going, well, I mean, if everything went right, they could beat the Commanders. Get out of here. You could tell me Jaden Daniels took those 2 weeks off and they trotted out Sam Hartman. And I still don't think I care. I didn't even get that high. 0-17. Their floor is 0-17. And you'll never convince me otherwise. I'm a lot meaner in this than ESPN was. I'll go. All right. So, best case scenario, because I guess we both do need an actual number here. Their floor for me is definitely 0-17. Their ceiling is I'll even say they beat the Cowboys twice just because I'm in a good mood. They beat the Saints. They catch one more somewhere, and I'll give you the Raiders. So I'll say 5-12. Yep. And that's with me having you winning 3 games on the road, which I really don't see any way that it's going to happen. But it's happened. I think we could do. I think we could do Philadelphia in the 4 to 5 minutes we have here. 14-3. Now they don't play a ton of games where I even think they're. I don't think. So for me, a game for it to be losable, every game's obviously losable. Things could happen. When I set the number, it has to be within a touchdown ish. Like if I can't set this at 7.5, I'm really not giving you any chance to win. Name me the games on the schedule that are going to be that close. Chiefs in Kansas City in week 2, which they're coming off a 10-day layoff, and they play the Cowboys the week before. It's in Philly. I would probably set that right at 7. So sure, there's 2. No way. No way. You'll be a 9.5 point dog in that game. And you should be. Yeah, you're really grossly overvaluing the fact they've beaten them twice. Um yeah, I don't care. People make so much of a deal of that, and that is such anecdotal evidence that you could come out and get me 45-0, and I would not be surprised. You could keep it close, and I wouldn't be surprised. But in terms of setting a line, no way. 9.5. If I'm the bookmaker, that's a 9.5. There's going to be a lot of a lots against because if you look down the schedule, they have one more game before they play the Lions that I don't think is going to be double digits. It's in Philadelphia. Bo Nix coming east. West Coast team travels east and plays at 1 o'clock. Oh, by the way, their defense is going to hurt your feelings. Yeah, Denver gets all the way up to 11.5 probably for me. Minnesota's the closest one because it's in Minnesota, but I can't trust J.J. McCarthy to score points, and I got news for you. Philadelphia's going to score points on you. For me, it's the first one with the Chargers or the first one with the Chiefs in Kansas City. I'll give you the Rams. I will say the Lions at the Chargers, at the Commanders, the Bills. And then that last one's the last game of the season, so it's almost hard for me to put it out there. So you're going to have 6 games where you're not a full touchdown plus favorite. Ah. Ah. So I'll say their ceiling's 14-3. This is where I think you and I are going to disagree. I don't think we're going injury, and we didn't talk about this beforehand. We're not going injuries here, right? Because with injuries, that could change a lot. I wasn't really worried about Jalen. It was more A.J. Brown that I was thinking about. Cooper Rush is in Baltimore. Tanner McKee's in Philadelphia. Yeah, Tanner McKee, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think anything changes. Genuinely, I don't think that team gets one iota worse with Tanner McKee to Jalen Hurts. I think the offense changes, but yeah, I've already seen Tanner McKee in a regular season game, and nothing looked any different. If anything, the rushing attack wasn't quite as good. The passing game was better. So that's 6 one way, half dozen the other. Now, if you're telling me I go from A.J. Brown to Johnny Wilson, yeah, I see a significant drop-off there. I was going to say, I think worst-case scenario is they go 11-6. Because I don't see there's not it falls off the table. Can they get beat in the playoffs? Sure. But if we're not talking injuries, I don't see any path that this team with this running game, with that defense, is going to drop off to a point that they lose to even half of the teams on their schedule. Yep, I'm going 14-3, best case scenario, 11-6, the worst case scenario. Thank you.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. Oh, no, wait, my phone! Come back! It's my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life!
Tank,
Checking
let's see if we
first
can
is
hear
smart.
you now.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
State.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company.
Hey, you want to hear a fun story? They can
Swapping
hear
out
you
your
now.
tires?
I gave up a break ago.
With eBay,
Nice.
looking for from
I didn't do
smooth
anything.
highway rides. Get all the tires you need.
at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
That makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. It makes absolutely no sense.
Local owner to serve our community.
I would
with the
ask you,
finest
did
custom
you do
apparel and
anything?
unique
But
branded
I've
items
been
at
able to
the
hear
best
you the whole
price.
time, so
Mountain
you
Graphics
couldn't
and
have done
Showtime Sports
anything.
can customize whatever you, your team, or your local
Precisely.
high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shop.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelor or bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
And he swings and hits one deep down the left field line. Join us for Atlanta Braves baseball on Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville. Back to the wall and blast off.
Coverage on 92.9 brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville.
It's time to discover the convenience and time savings of contact-free pickup with Ingles Curbside. Just visit shop.ingles-markets.com or download the app. And your Ingles personal shopper gets to work with specialized training on how to select the freshest items for a pre-scheduled pickup. They'll even text you with updates. You pull up to a designated space and your personal shopper delivers your items right to your vehicle. Fresh, fast, and affordable. It's all in the bag. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
From the Ingles studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingles studio.
We are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy, heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, seen everywhere, and now heard everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chats.
I'm convinced that ESPN, the mothership, puts you on conversation probation for an hour. Because that literally 1 hour on almost on the nose of the stream, you just randomly came back.
Yep. All of a sudden, it just all comes back.
Now, can I be a conspiracy theorist?
Sure.
I couldn't see you, and I feel like you hit a button and you're screwing with me.
I did not.
I don't believe you.
I did not.
I do not believe you.
Well, you can not believe me if you'd like to.
Computers don't just change their mind and go, no, I want to work now.
Apparently they do at Mullet Manor. It is a
Football Friday.
We didn't do that to begin the show.
So. Yeah, you're not getting the gusto from me today. I told you.
He's all worn out from traveling all over the Southeast to bring you the best sports content you can.
God, next week's worse. Programming note, I will not be here Monday. We have one last very large sponsor for the tailgate tour that we have to get all of the I's dotted and T's crossed for. So I will not be here Monday. We will not be on YouTube Monday. I will only be here. Let's see. I am here Thursday and Friday of next week.
Mm-hmm. And so that means that we'll have a Womack Monday next week. Chris Womack, sports director for News 13, will be spending an extra day with us next week while Jeremy is sewing up all the fun that we can have on the Ingles Living the Dream Tour. Go to livingthedream2.com. See all the fun opportunities that you have to go along with us on some of these road trips this year. Again, you bring the ticket, and we bring everything else. We bring you.
And we've had a lot of action on Living the Dream 2 over the last few days. We have a few games that are getting closer. That's actually what I'm doing Tuesday. The guys at Appalachian Motor Coach and I are going to meet and figure out what games we can do on the back half of the schedule to put those out and give you every opportunity. And we have to figure out the logistics of the NFL draft, which is a lot.
It is a lot. We got a couple of super chats to get to here before we get back into our discussion of the day. Sir Jimothy giving some money so that we can get a working microphone for me.
We don't have an engineer anymore, so surely we have to pray to God that all the things work because there's nobody to fix it if it doesn't.
the mic's working fine. Yeah, we'll just eventually you just kick it the right way, and it'll work. We got another one from Soaring Eagle. Soaring Eagle says it's literally only the Browns or the Cowboys who would have actually given money to Isaiah Bond at this stage of the offseason. Only those two.
The funny thing is that the deal with the Browns is still not done yet. So the Cowboys could swoop in and do the funniest thing in the history of time. No, we want the guy. The former. Look, I pull for a team that's been affectionately referred to as the Criminals for a long time. And, Dallas puts us to shame. Not so much anymore, but there was a time.
There was a time.
You're the only NFL team I've ever known to have a player caught with a box truck full of crimes while still playing. That's not common.
Yes. In the YouTube chat, Gary Burt says local heroes don't really need engineers.
Heroes.
And that's not even kind of true.
Oh, no. It's no.
We absolutely need
no, we don't need management at all. Like the management, we like you, but we don't actually tangibly need you. We kind of handle all that for ourselves. The engineer, on the other hand, because we don't have even the foggiest of an idea. There's a whole rack in our building. I don't know what it does. I know if you touch a button, it makes a god-awful noise, and then no noise happens. And I don't know that from personal experience, at least that you can prove.
Bill Workman says here's the problem. Tank's been kicking the future computer overlords. That could be it. It could be all my fault. When AI decides that it's going to take over the world, it's all because it knows that when the computer breaks, I just go and kick it.
Tank, I'm gonna level, and I'm gonna tell the people something that I know and you know is not a lie. It is the truth. One of the biggest problems we have on the YouTube stream is that Tank can't figure out how to put his computer charger in a place where he doesn't kick it and not notice it. So when he says, "Oh, I didn't hit anything," I apologize that I have 5 years of experience here that say, because I'm not sure. May not know you hit anything, but I do not believe the computer got a conscience and went, okay, I've screwed with him enough.
Yeah, it should. It should realize when it errs and fix its own problem. That's the evolution of AI. It's doing things. It's doing stuff. And I don't like it. I don't trust it at all. Except for to make funny cartoons, which Jeremy's doing a hell of a job making it do.
I have
a stream. You should tune in. And,
now that the flower is no longer wilted, I have another funny one. Have that one in the next commercial break.
Okay. Anyhow, you can follow us on the YouTubes. Just search the Sportsocracy. We got a whole page there and everything. It's got all of our videos. It's very nice. You just click subscribe, and then you get into the chat. It's kind of how that works. If you didn't know. We're talking about the NFC East team's worst case scenario. We went Pretty heavy on the wins for the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously. Very heavy on the losses for the New York Giants, as to be expected. Now let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
0-17.
0-17.
0-17.
That's a possibility.
That is, look, I think the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants is one of them has an elite defense and the other one doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in any of the quarterbacks here. I actually like the Giants head coach better. Dallas has a couple weapons where the Giants only have one.
Mm-hmm.
I will not go all the way to 0-17 with Dallas, but I will go 2-15.
Okay.
Look at their schedule. Tell me the game you know definitively. Hey, they're going to win this.
Well, I mean, the Giants.
You know definitively they're going to beat the Giants twice because I'll go ahead and tell you, as of right now, I will bet you anything you want that they don't.
I would be willing to bet my house they beat them once.
Sure.
You get at least one of those games.
But my point was that if you know the Giants are going to win, if you don't know the Cowboys are winning them both, then there's a chance that they win either one of them. So that means neither one of those are games that you're like, they're definitely winning this. Sure. Do you think they're beating the New York Jets in New York? Because I don't.
I mean, maybe.
I didn't say could they. I said, are you willing to bet your house on it?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Okay, find me the game that you are.
I can't.
Not applicable.
Hurts. I think it's a little low. But you're right. I mean, this is not a team that you look at and go, I know that you could beat this team. Philadelphia, you can answer that a lot. You could answer that a lot on their schedule. Not so much with the Dallas Cowboys. However, with, 2 games with the Giants, you got the Jets, you got the Panthers, you have the Raiders, you have, Green Bay if they're bad. It gets pretty thin on the winnable games. I went lowest at 4 for the Dallas Cowboys.
So you have them at 4-13.
I got them at 4-13 at the lowest.
Worst case scenario.
Yes.
You sure you understand what worst case scenario means? Because I'm not sure you're not at best case scenario for me. Go through the schedule. All right, so let's look at this from the opposite perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the games you know definitively they're going to lose. Because for me, that's at the Eagles, it's at the Bears, the Packers, both times with the Commanders, at the Broncos, the Cardinals, the Eagles again, the Chiefs, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Chargers. I'm at 12 that I know for a damn fact they're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't see short of one of them their plane getting hung up at LaGuardia. I can't figure out how you're supposed to beat them on the best, rosiest day. What, because they're so scared of CeeDee Lamb? I can quadruple cover him. And there's a possibility that George Pickens is going to be sulking on the sideline. I don't even have to worry about him. And with Micah Parsons still arguing with management, that defense is bad.
It's not going to be a fun season for them, but I don't know. I don't feel like it would spiral off the rails that bad.
Because I think you undervalue how bad this coach is.
Well, I mean, that's quite possible. Look, I don't know much about Brian Schottenheimer, and I know you do because
I know far more about him than I ever wanted to.
I get it.
I think he is an imbecile.
I don't know what that's going to be like when he takes over as the head coach, what that final product will look like on the field. But I still feel like this is a talented enough team to score points week in and week out. The offensive line is fine. They're not great, but they're fine.
It's a weird way to use fine.
What?
Name me the player on the line that you look at and go, yeah, he's a top 10 at his position. You get Tyler Smith. That's it. There's not another one.
No.
Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele were sieves. Oh, by the way, Tyler Guyton's already hurt. Cooper Beebe is the definition of fine, and Tyler Booker is a rookie that I don't buy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fine to me. That's bottom 10 in the NFL offensive line. With a fragile quarterback, absolutely no running game, and 2 receivers on this team that would make another team in the NFL.
Yeah, I think this is a middle-of-the-road offensive line. They have really good weapons that will be able to get them into the end zone. Their quarterback's good enough to score points.
You are way higher. Really good weapons. They have 2.
Yeah.
Ask me.
I mean,
let me ask a question. Jalen Tolbert's their 3. Could he make the roster of the Carolina Panthers?
Jalen Tolbert?
Yes.
Yes.
You're out of your mind because he'd have to make it over Jalen Coker. There's no
Jalen
shot.
Coker's like the 4 in Charlotte.
Well, how many do you think you carry there, Bubba? You only carry 6 on the roster. And one of them's got to be able to play special
teams.
teams.
Left behind Coker that would be left off that list.
Let's play this game. Right now, the top 6 receivers for the Carolina Panthers. You're not going to love that you just said that. Teterow and McMillan, Adam Thielen, Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker are no doubters to me.
Yep.
Hunter Renfrow has almost made a Pro Bowl in this league. I get he hadn't played in 2 years. I don't care. He's still a shell of him is better than what Jalen Tolbert is. And the 6 is Jimmy Horn, who's their kick returner. Jalen Tolbert's never returned a kick in his life. He couldn't make this roster. He's Dallas's 3.
If they kept 7, he would. Shut
up. David Moore's the 7, and he also plays special teams. So, matter of fact, I'll go down that rabbit hole because they have 4 tight ends that could make this roster. I'm just telling you, it's not a good team. And if one of those 2 receivers gets hurt, may God have mercy on your soul. Because whoever's left will get triple teamed every single week.
Mm-hmm.
I will bracket them off to make sure they can't hurt me, but so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Michael in our YouTube chat asked, is Brian Schottenheimer a better head coach than Matt Eberflus? No. And I didn't have to think about it that long.
No.
He wasn't a better coordinator than Eberflus, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's not going to be a better head coach.
Right. What's your best case scenario for Dallas?
My best case scenario is 1 game better than your worst case scenario because my best is 5-12.
Good Lord. Okay. 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 I'm at 8, but that's still not good.
I just want you to find 8 wins on that schedule.
Okay, let's see. 2 against New York.
All right, I'll give you that.
I got Chicago.
So you're telling me that Dak Prescott, who's notoriously bad outside, is going to go to Chicago and beat a Dennis Allen-led defense? Yes. I don't care if Chicago scores a point. I don't need the offense to score a point because Dak loves giving 7 to the defense. And I could easily see him winning that game 7-0. I don't think you understand how bad this running attack is, and they're completely one-dimensional. You have a bad offensive line, and I'll even go with you. Let's say you have a fine offensive line and no running backs. It ain't like you're trotting out Joe Burrow that's going to scare you over the top. You have 2 targets that scare me, and one of them doesn't scare me that much over the top. Okay. I just don't. That's not a hard offense to scheme against. There's no path that I give them Chicago in Chicago. I'd be more likely to give you Green Bay in Dallas if that tells you anything.
3 weeks into the season against a team that's got a quarterback that doesn't grasp their offense.
Don't care.
You don't see that as a possibility for them to win a game. That's
don't
crazy.
Care.
That's insane. At the Jets, at the Panthers.
They're going to go to New York and beat one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, because your team's bad.
I don't disagree. You guys, Justin Fields might run for 200 yards, and that's plenty for me.
I mean, maybe he will. Maybe you will.
I have a weird feeling you're about to say at Carolina, too.
Absolutely. Carolina's on the list.
This is going to age like a dairy
The Raiders are on the list.
Another one on the road.
Yeah, I mean,
that is now
that's
4
the only
games you've given them on. Actually, it's 5 games you've given them on the road as winners.
The only chances you got to win games.
Tank, bad
you got all
teams
your
don't win
tough
on the
ones
road.
at home.
Bad teams don't win on the road. You know that as well as I do. And if you don't believe me, look at the record of every team that finished sub 500 last year on the road. The best one was the Cincinnati Bengals, who it's debatable to call them a bad team. They were 6-3 on the road. Every other single team you look at that was sub 500, I'll go down the list. 2-6, 2-6, 2-6, 2-6, 1-7, 2-6, 5-3, which was Dallas. Go look who those teams that were that they beat.
Okay,
2-6, 1-7, 3-5
this year.
Yeah.
Now look at their away schedule this year. All of the weakest games on their schedule are away from home. So they won 5 games on the road last year, and they weren't a good team. They could win 5 games on the road again this year.
Okay, just since you pushed that as far as you did, let's talk about those 5 games they won on the road last year. One of them that was at home. Let's see. They beat Cleveland week 1. Cleveland was arguably the worst team in the NFL last year. I mean, they finished 5th worst, but I could make the argument that was the worst team in the league. They squeaked by the New York Giants. They were handed an absolute miracle against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They beat Washington on the road with Cooper freaking Rush playing quarterback. That could only be described as a gift from God, and that's the nicest way I could say that.
Yep.
And they beat Carolina.
Yeah.
In a game that still, I look at that and go, how did you win that?
Right.
That was the one late season game that Bryce Young was just awful.
Right. It's not just about Dallas getting the benefit. I mean, it's the other team doesn't get the benefit as well. If Dallas is going to win the game, then that means Carolina was bad, and they could beat a bad Carolina team on a bad week.
Yeah, they're not. You know what? We do board bets every year. I'm willing to make the first one. Dallas Cowboys will finish 4-4 or worse on the road this upcoming season.
4-4 or worse.
Yep, 4-4 or worse. Because I hate to tell you this, what you're not looking at is their home schedule. They won't win a single game at home.
Yeah, I get it. It's a tough schedule at home.
Minus maybe the Giants. Which is, by the way, how I got to 5-12.
All right. You're at best case scenario 5 wins. Okay. I'm at 8-4. You're at 5-0.
Yes. No, I'm at 5, and the worst case scenario is 2-15.
Okay.
You saying that as a record is like really tripping me out because I keep hearing 5-2 going. Well, there's 17. Oh, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing the best wins. It's 5. Worst wins, 2. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
All right, we're clear.
Your Eagles Advantage card to your child's school, giving the advantage to those who really need it. That's our pledge to you.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
iHeart presents the Big 3 basketball playoffs. LA plays Chicago, followed by Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson taking on home team Dallas. Win or go home. Big 3 playoffs starting with the celebrity game. CBS Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The countdown to the NFL season is on while the pads are popping in camp. Get ready for the new season with iHeart, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network.
Jim Harbaugh, how you feeling?
Oh, so excited. It's the start of the year.
Shows like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
We are going to go through the best position battles of the 2025 training camp.
Breakouts, holdouts, and fantasy sleepers. Be the first to know. Search NFL and find your next preset now.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
Link your Ingalls Advantage card to your child's school, giving the advantage to those who really need it. That's our pledge to you.
States, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
And he swings and hits one deep down the left field line.
Join us for Atlanta Braves baseball on Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville.
Back to the wall and blast off. Coverage on 92.9 brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville. We're kicking off the Living the Dream Tour in style at the Cultivated Kickoff Party. Join us at 6 Saturday night, August the 16th at Cultivated Cocktails, 161 Charlotte Highway in Asheville. Enjoy their award-winning spirits, killer cocktails, and live music from TLQ Plus 2. Let's start the football season the only way we know how. Great drinks, great music, and great friends. Cultivated Cocktails, the official spirit of the Living the Dream Tour, and this time we ride together. Go to livingthedreamtoo.com.
The Sportsocracy.
What are you people? On dope?
Ingalls Living the Dream Tour rides again this year. Did you know that you can go with us on some of our trips? Go to livingthedream2, TOO.com. Livingthedream2, TOO.com. What in the world is that on the screen on the YouTube channel there, Jeremy? Why do I have a glowing microphone?
That's Tank. He found his neon green staff of voice.
That's the weirdest thing. Okay. AI never
change.
Never change.
You're so good. You're so good.
I don't know what that's all about. All right. Anyway, welcome back.
Look at Gary Burge's comments. You'll figure out why it was neon green.
Okay. All right. I'll sort through that during the next commercial break. As we're talking best case, worst case scenario.
Might even say it could be thrown on the floor at a WNBA game.
Teams in
there it
the
is. Now you got it.
Teams in the NFC East. The Washington Commanders, the team that, defied all logic last year, at least preseason logic, getting to a 12-5 record. What is the worst case scenario for the Washington Commanders this season?
Their schedule's not awful, but it's not great either.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is that a lot of the games they play that I think are against formidable teams, looking at Seattle, Detroit, Denver, obviously one with Philadelphia because they're in the division, they're all at home. So I don't necessarily think that Washington's going to fall off a cliff. I've heard some people say that, and I just don't agree.
Sophomore slump Jaden Daniels gets them to what?
That's
where my mind went.
About the same thing that sophomore slump C.J. Stroud got Houston to last year, which for posterity's sake was 10-7, which is my worst case scenario for Washington.
Okay, 10-7. I gave them a 9. I thought that might be how bad this can get. But even with that, the rest of the team is good enough to get them to that point.
Sure.
And that's with Jaden Daniels being absolutely just fall off a cliff. He's not the guy that we thought he was last year. You know, I'd say maybe a hair less or a shade under C.J. Stroud than what he was last year, or the thought was on him last year. Because by week 4, it was, oh, God, something's different. They've figured something out, or they're doing something completely different, that this is not going to go the way last year went. It was pretty obvious.
Well, I mean, the thing with CJ last year was he was just running for his life at large periods of last year.
Well, we know we feel that Washington won't be doing, or Jaden won't be doing that in Washington, right?
I don't think so. As I look at that Washington offensive line breakdown, it's with Laramie Tunsil, that's a really nice, safe floor.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Josh Connerly is going to find a way on this field quicker than is being prognosticated at this point. And then Brandon Coleman or Wiley wind up on the inside. I like Tyler Biotish. I like Sam Cosme. I think you're going to be fine there.
So Connerly's a start on the outside, not on the inside.
I don't think he's going to play guard. I never thought he was going to play guard.
Okay.
If somebody was getting kicked in, it was Brandon Coleman. And on the initial depth chart, Brandon Coleman was playing guard. So,
All right. You got him at 8. I got him at 9. How about the best case scenario?
This is where I think you and I may differ. I don't have their best case scenario and their worst case scenario all that different. I have them 12 and 5.
Okay.
I don't think there's a path that they're going to be the 1 seed in the NFC. I also don't really see a path that they're not in the playoffs. I think Washington's really safe as long as they can get Terry McLaurin in. And this is all under that assumption that he is going to get on the field. Without Terry McLaurin, I don't feel nearly as good about this offense.
No. Best case scenario, I got him at 12 and 5 as well. Because I think the more likely is that they land somewhere close to that. I don't know that they'll necessarily get to 12, but I think 11's almost guaranteed. If I had to bet on a single number of wins for a team this year, Washington would probably be pretty high on that list of, I think 11 is the number. You are in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. So we got best case scenarios. If everybody goes by the best case scenario, Philly wins the division at 13 and 4. Washington's at 12 and 5. Dallas at 8 and 9 for me. These are my numbers. Giants at 6 and 11. Worst case scenario, Jeremy's got 2 winless teams.
No, I didn't have Dallas at 0. I had them at 2. It's the third time I've said
the Dallas Cowboys and the Giants. Worst case scenario is number 1 pick, which might be the best case scenario. Philly and the Commanders, on the other hand, even your worst case scenario has you in the playoff discussion. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. Coming up next, we'll hit the NFC East, or excuse me, the NFC West.
ESPN Asheville.
I even looked at that and said it wrong.
Or mountain weather forecast.
Strong.
Less and less rain chance and coverage over the next couple of afternoons. I think today the best chance. So that could kind of ruin your Friday afternoon outdoor evening plans. Partly sunny in between, 87. Tonight, a few showers, thunderstorms early. Nothing widespread, mid-60s. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are possible mid to late afternoon, 85. And a chance of a thunderstorm Sunday, especially late, 87. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? This Labor Day weekend, upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy. Shop Mattress Firm's best sale of the year.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of gold unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, endless music, and podcasts just for you. It's the free iHeartRadio app. Radio your way. Join the millions who already have it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has two things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah. And they've got the balls. Bear's famous bear balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville and South Asheville. We're kicking off the Living the Dream Tour in style at the Cultivated Kickoff Party. Join us at 6 Saturday night, August the 16th at Cultivated Cocktails, 161 Charlotte Highway in Asheville. Enjoy their award-winning spirits, killer cocktails, and live music from TLQ Plus 2. Let's start the football season the only way we know how. Great drinks, great music, and great friends. Cultivated Cocktails, the official spirit of the Living the Dream Tour, and this time we ride together. Go to livingthedreamtoo.com.
Sometimes it's the little victories that mean the most. Those everyday celebrations that bring a smile to our faces and joy to our hearts. At Ingalls, we know there's no one you'd rather share those miniature, memorable moments with than family. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
We are back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It is a football Friday, and Jeremy, my weird story today has something to do with football. Have you heard over the last few days the name of Angelica Radevsky?
No.
Angelica Radevsky is this story has circulated on, I feel like, just about every major news website over the last few days, because it is a very weird story of a woman who tragically lost her husband unexpectedly recently. Her husband, TJ, died at the age of 55. Again, it was unexpected. Health issues. They came up with a way to honor him in their home constantly and feel closer to him now that he is gone. And the memorabilia, I guess you could call this, that they chose to put on the wall was a framed swatch of his skin. So TJ,
come again?
Yeah, TJ had full sleeve tattoo artwork, and his favorite tattoo was a tattoo of a skull that the back of the skull was a Pittsburgh Steelers helmet. They had the skin cut off of his cadaver, and it is now matted into a frame, and it hangs in their house. She says it gives them comfort and lets them know that TJ is still close to them. I admire the idea, the thought process behind it. This is just one of the weirdest things I think I've ever seen. I mean, you have your husband's skin in a frame on your wall. It's a strange way to pay your respects, but I mean, if it works for them, works for them. However, there's a reason why this story has spread so far, because everybody's looking at it going, ew.
Yeah, that's gross. And is another great chance for me to say, when I die, don't do weird-ish with my body. Like this, you put me in a suit, you put me in a box, you put me in the ground. That's it. That's a 3-step process. And there needs to be some crying in there somewhere.
Can't burn it? You don't want to be cremated?
If my last event on this earth is it has to do with fire, I'm haunting everybody that had something to do with it.
I forgot about your fire thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I got burned as a kid.
Yeah.
Nope. No, sir. Don't want to. Not even a little bit.
Gotcha.
My story is also about something odd. Yahoo owns AOL. Did you know that? I did not know that.
No, but okay.
According to Fox Business, they have put to rest something that I thought had been put to rest long ago. Dial-up internet will no longer be a thing as of September 30th. Did you know you could still do that?
No,
I think we still do it at iHeart, so we're going to have to make some kind of plans to get that fixed before it goes down. AOL Advantage, CompuServe, and Netscape Connect plans will now be upgraded to meet the innovation and the needs of today's digital landscape. So for me, where my brain immediately went is there somebody somewhere out there in the world that lives, we'll say, a little off the beaten path, maybe has a shack that looks very similar to the Unabomber, that has been connecting to Netscape through their dial-up internet up until just now? If there is, I need to know who this person is, and we need to have a chat, because you are about to get inundated with things that I don't think you understand.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You can't hit them up on AIM anymore, can you?
No more PAIMPs. Still to this day, my favorite shirt in our merch store. The little AIM instant messenger guy, and underneath it just says PAIMP, which is what I was as a young man.
Mm-hmm.
Whole lot of girls thought I was a G because they didn't know that I was a extra G.
You didn't send girls fake pictures and stuff, did you?
Fake? No. Well crafted? Sure. I wasn't quite as fat back then as I am now, so I learned angles way before girls on Tinder did.
Gotcha. Just not so many duck lips in your pictures.
No, none of that.
Yeah.
But there is a good side and there is a bad side. You make sure you put your best foot forward. Which is why I live by a very simple philosophy of you never send the unsolicited Dak Prescott image.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, is anybody else sitting here thinking, I don't think he's talking about his face?
I mean, in fairness, that is putting my best foot forward, but I was always cautious to never do that.
Mm-hmm. The NFC West. Best
to the
and worst
chat!
Case scenarios.
I can't say what I was about to.
Best and worst case scenarios for the NFC West, Jeremy. Start out with the San Francisco 49ers. Get this out of the way. Since we already know you feel like they're dog water, I'll go worst case scenario for Jeremy. 0-17.
No.
No.
San Francisco plays the weakest schedule I think I've ever seen. They play at the Saints. They play the Jaguars. They get the New York Giants. That one is in New York. Carolina, the Cleveland Browns, the Tennessee Titans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Chicago Bears. Their baseline's 9-8. I didn't say they were good. I said that's the baseline of how many games they're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
People get lost sometimes. That old line of you are what your record says you are, that's not always true. And if you don't believe me, wait till San Francisco sneaks in as a wild card and, hey, we're a playoff team. Well, you look like one until you play a playoff team. And then you get just mushed by, a team in your division. Because I think they're all better than you.
Worst case scenario, how many wins you got?
9-8.
9-8 is the worst you can do.
Yep. Okay. Sure is, because I don't see any way they're losing to any of the teams I just said. You get Chicago in San Francisco. I don't care if they played the Colts, Titans, or Browns, or frankly the Panthers. I don't care if you played those games on the moon. I don't care if you played it in David Tepper's backyard. Just Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey by themselves are enough to beat the teams I just said. Same thing with the Giants, same thing with the Jaguars, same thing with the Saints. Now, look at the other side of the schedule. I think their best case scenario is 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
They have the narrowest range of outcomes of any team in the NFL to me.
I don't believe that they're good enough to be an elite team, not even record-wise, against this schedule, because I think they are going to get got in some of these toss-up games. It's not going to be fun playing the Arizona Cardinals or the Rams or the Bucks or the Texans there are many games on that schedule that they can lose. I'm with you though, kind of on the window, because I was gonna say 11, but I don't think they can get to 11.
I can't get to 11 because I don't think they're a very good team, and I don't think for them to get to 11-6, they have to be better than I think they are.
Yeah, I want to get to 11, but I can't. So I'll 10-7. And you're at what? 10-8?
Yes.
Yeah. One side though gets you into the playoffs. The other side, it's going to be fun dealing with the media. Because I don't see that being a fun venture over the next year.
I just think it's a boring team. I really do. I think it's a boring team. I think it's an overrated team. Their fan base is going to get hyped up because they're going to win more games than they think. They're going to start talking smack to me on social media, and I'm just going to sit back and go, don't believe me, just watch.
Yep. Full Bruno Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle's an interesting team to me because I really like them, but their range of outcomes are very similar to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Or very similar to San Francisco, excuse me. They have to go to Pittsburgh, which I don't think is going to be fun. They have to go, obviously, to the Rams, to the 49ers, to the Cardinals, all because they're in the division.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go to the Commanders. That's 5 games on the road that I don't think are going to be a mess of fun. I don't think at the Falcons is going to be a mess of fun either. Didn't say you couldn't win them. That's just 6 very tough games on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Seattle is better than San Francisco. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
I do think Seattle can get to 11-6. But I'm scared enough to say that their baseline's 8-9.
I'll one-up you on the baseline because I do believe this team is going to be good. As I look at the defense, as I look at the offense, I'm at that point where it still hurts, but I'm swallowing the frog on the quarterback, Sam Darnold. Because he's put in a situation again where I believe in these weapons. And I think he can do a lot of damage with them. I think their window is as tight as San Francisco when it comes to best case, worst case scenario. Because I can't see them being any worse than 9-8. But they're also not going to be one of those 12-5 teams. They'll be 11 at best. Right in the thick of the playoff talk. I mean, they're a good Pittsburgh.
I think they're way better than Pittsburgh.
Right, but what I'm saying is they're a team that's going to end up being in a similar situation where they will get into the playoffs with just a serviceable record, except for the difference between them and Pittsburgh is that you're going to be scared to play Seattle. Whereas Pittsburgh will get steamrolled by an elite team. There will be one of those top 4 seeds in the NFC playoffs that will be terrified if they have to play Seattle as a wild card.
All right, so your final total on Seattle was what?
11-9, or 11-7,
11-6, 9-8.
11-6, 9-8. Excuse me. Math's fun.
And then?
Well, and then we have the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona's tougher for me because I think they have a very wide range of outcomes. I have to preface this with I do think Arizona is exponentially better right now than they were 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They start with the Saints and the Panthers. To me, that's 2 wins. Going to San Francisco early in the season, not something that I love. They do get games with the Titans, with the Colts. I like them better than the Packers, and it's in Green Bay. They get the Cowboys in Dallas. They get Jacksonville. Those are all games they should win. The last 5 games of their schedule is brutal. I'll actually go 6 because you got Tampa Bay in there, too. I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm.
They go at Tampa Bay, the Rams, at the Texans, the Falcons, at the Bengals, at the Rams. That is 6 playoff competitive teams that you end your schedule with. I think Arizona's high side is 10-7. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
I think their floor is 6-11.
Okay, glad to see that we see this similarly.
Arizona is one of 2 teams that I have in the NFL that I genuinely think could wind up in the playoffs or picking in the top 6. Not because I think they're a bottom 6 team. I don't. But if you don't get off to a hot start or something happens, whether it's injuries, somebody doesn't launch the way they're supposed to, you don't get Marvin Harrison on the right track, and somehow you get to the end of the season and your last 6 games, so you'll be 11 games in. Let's say you're 5-6 going into that last run.
Mm-hmm.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble because you got 6 really good teams, and it's 6 teams that know how to win better than you do, and they're all going to be competing for the playoffs too. And look, to be sitting on 6 losses, all Arizona has to do is lose to San Francisco, lose to Seattle twice, lose to a Packer team that has been historically pretty good at being playoff competitive. That's 4 of your 6 right there.
Mm-hmm.
You lose one of these games that doesn't make any sense, like you lose at the Colts or you lose at the Cowboys, you're right there.
Yep.
And then you go into 6 hammer games, and you're looking way up going, we need to win all 6 of these.
Yeah.
At worst, we need to win 4 of the 6. And that's just a mountain to climb. You lose the first one, and then things can kind of come rolling down the hill.
Mm-hmm. Things could definitely go off the rails. And as you said, I mean, I could see them – I could easily see them losing 8 of the last 9 games of the season.
It's a brutal end to the schedule.
It is. It is. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. One more team to get in here quickly before the top of the hour break. It is the LA Rams.
LA's another one that I think is. By the way, before we do it, what was your final total? I never heard a final total. Did you have the same thing I did?
I agreed with you. Yeah, 10-6.
The Rams, I think, have a narrower range of outcomes. I don't feel great about this Matthew Stafford thing. He's not practicing. He's allegedly going to practice tomorrow. But Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't think he's good, but he's safe. And I thought their schedule was really easy to go through and say, I feel pretty good about this one. I don't feel as good about this one. I got to 12-5 on the high side, 10-7 on the low side.
Yep. I got to 12-5 on the high side as well. I think the low side is at 9-8, but I mean that's disastrous. Right? That's disastrous, and everybody else is living up to their potential. Because you could have a tough game where you drop one to, San Francisco, Tampa. I'll throw in Atlanta. Could get you toward the end of the season. But that's a long way off. Long shots. So we're at 12-5 best case on the Rams. And worst case, you had them.
I had them 10-7.
At 10-7. And I'm at 9-8. It's a good place to be for the Rams. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, continuing the best worst-case scenarios for the NFC when we return.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Thank you.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Less and less rain chance and coverage over the next couple of afternoons. I think today the best chance, so that could kind of ruin your Friday afternoon outdoor evening plans. Partly sunny in between, 87. Tonight, a few showers, thunderstorms early, nothing widespread, mid-60s. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are possible mid to late afternoon, 85, and a chance of a thunderstorm Sunday, especially late, 87. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Score a Wendy's sausage, egg and cheese, bacon, egg and cheese, or honey buddy biscuit for just $1. Pick just one or pick all three. For just $1 each, you literally can't go wrong. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in a combo while supplies last.
For more information about contests on this station, go to espnavl.com.
iHeart presents the Big Three basketball playoffs. LA plays Chicago, followed by Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson taking on home team Dallas. Win or go home. Big Three playoffs starting with the Celebrity Game. CBS Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check your house sitter has the new code first before leaving for vacation.
System lockout.
But that's the code!
Contacting authorities.
Oh, I'm out of here.
Oh, seriously, the car too?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Mark Starling, and this Medical Minute is brought to you by Haywood Regional Medical Center. July is UV Safety Month, and at Haywood Regional Medical Center, we want to help you stay safe in the sun. With hot sunny days and outdoor fun in full swing, it's more important than ever to protect yourself from harmful UV rays. Yes, sunshine helps your body make vitamin D, but too much of it can cause painful sunburns, premature aging, eye damage, and even skin cancer, the most common cancer in the U.S. The good news, it's all preventable. Here are 5 simple ways to protect yourself. Seek shade, especially between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Wear protective clothing, hats, and sunglasses. Use SPF 30 or higher sunscreen, and don't forget to reapply. Check your local UV index before heading out. And be aware that some medications can increase your sun sensitivity. These small steps can make a big difference. Your skin and your future self will thank you. Visit myhaywoodregional.com to learn more.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
It's time to discover the convenience and time savings of contact-free pickup with Ingles Curbside. Just visit shop.ingles-markets.com or download the app. And your Ingles personal shopper gets to work with specialized training on how to select the freshest items for a pre-scheduled pickup. They'll even text you with updates. You pull up to a designated space and your personal shopper delivers your items right to your vehicle. Fresh, fast, and affordable. It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
From the Ingles studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. Live from the Ingles studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God, the Jets killed him.
It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We are the Sportsocracy, and we are heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app and seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and that way you can join us in the chat each and every day. You get those super chats in as well. You can move right to the top of the line just by supporting the program.
We have a few of those. Speaking of the super chat.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, it's that one. There you go.
Dana R. asked, do the 49ers assign roommates in the hospital? So we are not factoring in injuries to best and worst case scenario. This is if everything stays copacetic. If the 49ers go through injury issues, that team could be 4-13. And it doesn't require injuries to many dudes.
No.
I mean, I'm talking, you get one to Brock Purdy, you get one to George Kittle, and here we are.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. San Francisco living on the edge because that depth is, well, it's just not there. Best case, worst case scenario for all the teams in the NFC. Where we're at today, the NFC North. Jeremy, start with the Detroit Lions. Let's start with the good one right off the bat.
I want to hear yours first because I think we're going to disagree here.
Ooh, that kind of hinted at somebody thinks there's a possible big backslide coming.
I'll bet my high side is higher than you think, and I'll bet my low side is lower than you think.
Okay, probably so. The Lions, I don't I don't foresee a giant step back for the Lions this year. I believe that, yes, losing coordinators does hurt. However, still think that they're building a hell of a team here, and I'm gonna trust the process. Because it's not like they've completely started over, right? Didn't they bring in people that have similar schemes?
They did. John Morton. Going from Ben Johnson to John Morton is not exactly giving me hunky-dunky vibes. The defense, I don't really care.
Right.
Kelvin Shepard's been here. I don't think I've always thought Aaron Glenn was a little bit not overrated as a coach. Just the defense has not really ever been good. It got to serviceable, and all of a sudden everybody lost their minds about Aaron Glenn. I think he's a fine coach, but am I worried about the drop-off to Kelvin Shepard? No. I am worried about the drop-off to John Morton, though.
Okay. All right. It doesn't really concern me that there's, like I said, that there's going to be a massive drop-off. The talent's still there. I still love the coaching, at least the head coaching. I mean, I don't think this is a team that can run the table by any stretch, but I think they could run the table in their division. And my best case scenario is at 12.
That is exactly the same high side that I have, 12-5.
Okay. Now on the other side, the low side, coaching does matter. And you got a potential you're not going to win as many games if the scheme's a little off and you're not picking it up like you were. Maybe you're not as good in closing scenarios as you were under the last coaches, but I still think at worst they're a 10-win team. I don't see them being any worse. Do you?
I do.
How much?
8-9.
Ooh.
And this is not a shot at Detroit. It's would you like to hear who they play on the road? Obviously, you get 3 teams in the division, so I'm going to skip those. You play the Baltimore Ravens, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Washington Commanders, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think I could have made a more evil road schedule for a team in the NFL.
Right.
By the way, you know what all those teams have in common?
What's that?
All play outside except the Rams, and all of them have cold weather except the Rams. And we've seen Jared Goff outside. I could see a path that this drops significantly. Look, this team went 15-2 last year. I don't think you're doing that again. You lost a lot, and I don't think I'm being untoward saying that. I still really like this team. But I do think there will be a step back, even though I still believe they will be in the playoffs. I still believe they win this division.
What, even in a worst-case scenario? Or what are you saying?
No, not in the worst-case scenario. Most teams are not going to win the division in their worst-case scenario.
Right.
Because if it's your worst-case scenario, more than likely somebody in your division hit their best case.
Well, I'm really not sure even in the best case, though, that would end up that way. Because in my scenario, their worst-case scenario is 10-7. You can win that division at 10-7.
Yes.
So even in their worst case, in my mind, the other teams can have their best case and not be there. So you're at, what did you say, 8?
8-9. I went 12-5, 8-9. Detroit has a very wide range of outcomes.
Okay. All right. I don't feel like that schedule's all that tough. I mean,
do I need to repeat the road games?
Tough.
You play you literally play the teams I said, which will be, in my opinion, the 1 seed in the NFC, the 2 seed in the NFC, the first wild card, the winner of a division in the AFC, the team I have finishing second in, it's the best division in football, and the reigning AFC champions, and you have to go to every single one of them. That is as bad as it gets.
That's 6 really tough road games.
Put it this way, they better win every game they play at home.
And there's little reason why they shouldn't. Because their home schedule is Chicago, Cleveland, Tampa, who you better beat. After
didn't
what
last
happened
time.
last year. Minnesota Twins, the Minnesota Vikings, the New York Giants, Green Bay, Dallas, Pittsburgh.
Yep.
You should beat every one of those teams.
Yep.
And if you can't, then that's a major problem. So, yes, having 6 really tough games on the road is bad, but when you should go undefeated at home, I mean, yes, I care, but I don't really care.
It's easier to slip up than you think.
I guess so. My worst case scenario's 10-7. Best case 12-5 for the Detroit Lions. Not much chance for failure for me.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I just
Yes,
want to see how close to this you come.
All right.
How many teams won 8 games at home last year? We have an unbalanced schedule. We have an unbalanced schedule, so certain teams play 9. Last year was the NFC. Certain teams play 8. Last year was the AFC.
Was it Kansas City?
Kansas City was 8-0 at home. They are not the only one, though.
Who else?
Buffalo was 8-0 at home.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia was 8-1 at home.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota was 8-1 at home.
Okay.
It's doable.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't easy.
It's not easy.
Because you know what?
Definitely.
All those teams had in common.
But the league made it easier.
None of them played really difficult schedules at home. So Detroit's got a chance at it.
Yep.
But you don't get to slip up.
You do not. Let's go Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, you're not going to like my answer here. I like their defense. I am in like with it. I'm not in love with it because I don't love the back half.
Okay.
I believe in Sasquatch more than I believe in your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, am I the only one that goes up and down the schedule going, I feel like every one of – I don't have any – you're going to win that because you showed up and put your pants on the right way. The New York Giants, that's the only one on the schedule. I could literally see them losing every other single game on the schedule. And it starts evil.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How does it start evil? They had to play Chicago in week
on
1.
Monday Night Football with a quarterback that may or may not know his head from a hole in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Chicago doesn't either. Well, theirs has a year of experience on you. And I got news for you. If there's been one quarterback in training camp that's looked worse than Caleb Williams, it's J.J. McCarthy. And you're not going to have Jordan Addison because he got suspended. So you get Justin Jefferson, a running game I do not believe in, and a quarterback that may or may not even be competent. Oh, and by the way, it's on national television.
Mm-hmm.
Not in your building either. Then you get 2 prolific offenses in Atlanta and Cincinnati, which neither one of them's great defensively, but they do have pass rushers. So if J.J. McCarthy starts off as just a grumper sauce, then that's not going to be easy. Then you go international against Pittsburgh. Did you notice I left Cleveland off when I said games that I'm just guaranteed they're going to win?
Yep.
It's because they go international 2 weeks in a row. You with a first-year quarterback, which is what he is, I don't care that he was in the building. He didn't play a snap. A quarterback that I said was going to take a really long time to develop, have to go back-to-back international games in the first 5 weeks. Then you get an early bye, and you play 4 straight legit Super Bowl contenders before you play 2 teams in your division, another potential division winner on the road, the reigning runner-up in the NFC, and then it leans out at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I think the low side for Minnesota is 4-13.
Good Lord. That's aggressive.
I don't think this team is good. I've never thought this team was good. I thought last year was on the back largely of Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think J.J. McCarthy's in his class. I didn't when he came out. I don't after having watched him. I don't after having talked to people that have been in that camp and watched him. And I'll tell you, I heard a line the other day about J.J. McCarthy that I think that is the best way I can explain him. From a Minnesota Vikings beat writer, he is grossly behind schedule. And we don't have anybody else. You're stuck. There's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
There is no veteran on this depth chart because apparently Sam Howell hasn't looked much better. He was fine in the preseason game, but that was going up against 2s and 3s. You're stuck. Stuck.
Yep.
Because their high side for me is only 8 and 9.
Okay. Well, we're close on the high side. I can tell you that much. Because high side to me, they're at 9. And that's with JJ finding his stride, and they close the season real hot. Because as you said, there's going to be a 4-game losing streak in here. When you go on that bye after the international trip, you have 0.0002% chance, in my mind, of winning any of those 4 games against the Eagles, the Chargers, the Lions, or the Ravens. You're just not in their class. I don't know about losing to Cleveland ever, regardless of what kind of soil you're on.
You always have to throw.
you
You have to throw everything out when it's international,
Right.
and they're doing it 2 weeks in a row. We've
I was
only
gonna say, I know
seen
how
one
tough
other
that is.
team ever do that, and it's Jacksonville.
Yep.
And they're so damn bad that I don't think you can really extrapolate anything from that.
No, it's going to be a brand new scenario. A scenario that we've never seen in this league with a rookie quarterback on the road internationally in back-to-back games like that. It's going to be, again, interesting to watch. I think Minnesota is high side. They're an 11-win team.
11.
But that
Challenge.
is what?
Challenge.
Okay.
I'm going to challenge what you just said. All right, so
Okay.
you said they're an 11-win team on the high
Yes.
side.
Yes.
You tell me which of the games I'm getting ready to say that they have a snowball's chance in Atlanta winning.
Okay.
Cincinnati.
That one.
No shot they stop Jamar Chase. He'll have 500 yards in that game.
Third week of the season, there's no
Don't care.
chance that they
I
beat a
don't
Cincinnati Bengals team who does not win.
I don't care if they play this game 15 minutes from now.
Okay.
Look at the secondary of the Minnesota Vikings. You tell me who's going to defend Jamar Chase. Well, but the pass rush, I'll throw hitch routes to him over and over again and watch and laugh as he just Marios their secondary.
So every game that the Cincinnati Bengals have played that Jamar Chase has been on the field, they've beaten everybody they've played.
When they do you know who the starting corners are for the Minnesota Vikings? I'll give you
I know
$1
they're
if you
good.
can
I'm
tell
just
me
saying.
who's going to line up on him.
I don't know. Byron Murphy's the only one I can
Isaiah
think of.
Rodgers, Byron Murphy plays in the slot. And if he
Okay.
doesn't, he's largely played in the slot his entire career. He's going to get Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah, every team that trots out a borderline rosterable corner, Jamar Chase has beaten the bejesus out of if he had Joe Burrow. He did it last year to Brandon Stevens, who, and I don't say this lightly, outside of 1 year with the Philadelphia Eagles, has been exponentially better than Isaiah Rodgers. Oh, and by the way, Brian Flores loves leaving corners out on islands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a snowball's chance in Bermuda they beat Cincinnati. But I'll give you that one. How's that sound?
Okay.
I'll just
Okay.
give you that one because you got.
All right.
I only get to get 6 losses here to go. They're gonna win every other game on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia,
No.
no shot at the Chargers.
No.
No shot at the Lions.
No.
Baltimore
No.
at Seattle.
Maybe.
At Green Bay. There's no shot they beat Seattle in Seattle. At Green Bay.
Yes, most definitely.
In Green Bay in November.
Yes.
Oh, did I mention that you can't run? I mean, you got Aaron Jones who'll probably hurt by then.
Could be.
Yeah, I see no path that they win any of those games. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. They're in a row. That's in a row. There's one Chicago Bear game in between that.
Yes.
Yeah, 11-6, way too high. I'll bet you anything you want they don't hit 11 wins.
Mm-hmm.
In our YouTube chat, we have a question from Sander Sports that says, why does Kevin O'Connell not get more credit than he does? Well, I can answer that because in Kevin O'Connell's career, he's been an offensive coordinator for 3 years. He's been a head coach for 3. In that time, he had the worst offense in the NFL with Washington. They got let go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's empirically. They 32nd in yards, 31st in points.
Mm-hmm.
They were let go in Washington. He goes to L.A. He's the OC there. He had Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, who did get hurt, and the offense dropped off in the year that he got hurt. And then he had Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. People look at that Sam Darnold like it's an aberration. It's not. He's had great quarterbacks. This is the first time I've ever seen him with a turd. And if 17 weeks from now, he's a 12th in the NFL in yards, 8th in points, which is what he's done several times with great quarterbacks, then I'll go, you know what? He deserves more credit. I don't think that's happening. You've lived in that 10 area with Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, and Sam Darnold. I don't think you're going to jump up a level when your quarterback dropped 5.
The flip side of that is, of course, look what he did with Sam Darnold. I mean, you don't give him any credit for that, and I
don't give him any credit for that because I think Sam Darnold's a good NFL quarterback. It's so funny to me how stupid that argument is to me, and people make it over and over. Well, Sam had been bad. He played with the Jets. I watched every single snap he ever took. He never had a snowball's chance in hell. You know it as well as I did. Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets and fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Then he went to Carolina and was battling Baker Mayfield. And, oh, by the way, both of them were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely awful.
Yes.
And Sam actually still managed a way to have the best 4-game run in the history of the Carolina Panthers. He had the best 4-game run a quarterback's ever had. But, Kevin O'Connell unlocked him. Or maybe, and just hear me out, the best receiver he's ever had with the best tight end he's ever had behind the best offensive line he's ever had. Mm-hmm. Because, would you like to hear the answer to who's 2 in all of those? The best receiver is Robbie Anderson. The best tight end is I'm going to go with I couldn't even tell you who it was with the Jets. I think it was me. Carolina, he had maybe Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen was already retired by then, I think.
Yeah, no, he had Tommy
So he had Tommy Tremble. He didn't really play in San Francisco. So, I mean, yeah, and when he goes to Seattle and all of a sudden, weird, he's really good again. Is Kevin O'Connell gets credit for that too? It's so stupid to me that we give Kevin O'Connell credit for something. Sam Darnold is 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're unlocking anything in him. And the thing that's funny to me is I don't ever hear people say that about the offensive staff when Pete Carroll was in Seattle about Geno Smith. I never hear that. 9 times out of 10, people couldn't even tell me who the offensive coordinator was.
Stop that. That's ridiculous. The offensive coordinator was Dave Canales, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Dave Canales. It was Shane freaking Waldron, the one that just got fired by the Bears. No, and I've never one time ever heard anybody give him credit for that. Not one single time have I ever heard somebody say, man, Shane Waldron really unlocked Geno Smith. Never heard it. Oh, by the way, Dave Canales was never the offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks. He was the OC of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was the quarterbacks coach of Seattle.
Oh, he was the quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
For Geno.
Shane Waldron, that guy that took Caleb Williams and ran him into the ground. That's the same one that unlocked Geno Smith. Or maybe he was good and had been with turds his entire career.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll see. It's we could have a question answered this year depending on how Sam Darnold does in Seattle.
Hey, and I told you if all of a sudden J.J. McCarthy's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, which Sam Darnold was. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I'll give Kevin O'Connell credit. You've done it twice. Here's what I think's going to happen. Sam Darnold's going to be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL again, and J.J. McCarthy's going to look like he just learned what a football was about 15 minutes ago.
And then next year we'll all be saying, Sam Darnold's great and Kevin McCarthy's trash. You're in the Sportsocracy. It is ESPN Asheville. 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400 NFC North. Best case, worst case scenario continues after this.
Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
You're clear.
God, if your objective was to prove my point on that one, you couldn't have done it any better.
Full of superstar.
Really?
We never give credit to the OC that unlocked Geno Smith. Are you crazy? It wasn't Dave Canales. Point proven. You had the wrong guy.
We gave all the credit to Dave Canales.
You gave all the credit to Pete Carroll. I've never heard anybody say that about Canales.
No one has ever given him credit for that.
LA plays Chicago, followed by Miami.
Go watch their beat writers who are literally right now saying that the Raiders are going to make the playoffs because Pete Carroll's in Vegas.
Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific.
You give Dave Canales a lot of credit because you like him.
The home of World Central Kitchen and served over 1.5 million meals to folks who needed it after.
As a matter of fact, we have a handful
September 27th,
of Seattle fans in the chat. Hey, who do they give credit to? I've never heard Dave Canales' name come out of a Seattle fan's mouth, or beat writer, or anything like that.
And mimosa flights, saluting our collective resilience and Bears knows the best is yet to come. Get your tickets today at Bears BBQ.
And they routinely would talk about Shane Waldron's not as good as you're giving him credit for.
Link your Ingalls Advantage card to your child.
Oh, I remember hearing that.
Advantage to those who really need it. That's our pledge to you.
Recently on an episode of the Fud Around and Find Out podcast with AZ Fudd, we were joined by Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann, the Stud Buds, for a conversation that goes from viral moments to downright chaos.
Courtney, you picked me up at All-Star. Do you remember that?
Stop it. I was picking people up, but I do remember picking you up, for sure. I picked you up in a different way, AZ, than I was picking the other baddies up. You feel me?
To hear this and more, open your free iHeartRadio app. Search Fud Around and Find Out with AZ Fudd and listen now.
All right, we are back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville on a football Friday. Talking best case, worst case scenario for all the teams in the NFC. We have a super chat that we need to get to here, so let's do that. And it's from Kevin Mullen. He says, Kyle Shanahan says, how long is a Chinese name? Question, NFC West has easy 2025 schedule. How many reach double-digit wins? Much love from San Diego.
NFC West, I'll say two of them for sure get to double-digit wins. 3 of them's possible. I'll be honest with you, 4 of them's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's likely, but it's possible.
With the strength of schedule lacking, it is.
They play bad
quite
schedules.
It is quite bad. Highly unlikely, but possible. I'll definitely go 2.
I would say 2.
I can't tell you which 3 it is. I can't tell you which of the 3 it's going to be, or which of the 4 it's going to be.
Seattle and the Rams will be the 2 I'll lean on.
I think I'm actually on the Rams and the Cardinals on this one, but we'll see.
I wouldn't bite back at you with that. I'm just really high on Seattle.
We understand. All right. Detroit, Minnesota, let's go Green Bay Packers for the next best worst case scenario in the NFC North.
I think I'm going to be lower than you on Green Bay.
I feel like that would be hard to do.
I'm at 6-11.
Okay, maybe not.
I'm at 6-11.
Maybe we see eye to eye on this thing.
Green Bay is one of those teams that they have a schedule that lays out absolutely terribly because all of the teams that they play at home are better than them, and all the teams they play on the road either have really good home field advantage, are going to be playing for probably more than they do, and I hate mediocre quarterbacks on the road.
Mm-hmm.
On the road, they play at the Cleveland Browns. They play at the Dallas Cowboys. Cardinals, Steelers, Giants, Lions, Broncos, Bears. Talent for talent, they should win 5 of those games. They'll find a way to win 3 because mediocre quarterbacks don't play well on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at home, you get the Sorry. I can't read this without laughing. You had the Lions, the Commanders, the Bengals, the Panthers. That's fun. The Eagles, the Vikings, the Bears, the Ravens. Yikes.
Not fun. You got the deck stacked against you at home.
I think best case scenario, they go 9-8.
Okay. And worst case scenario, they're at 6.
Yep. Ooh, fun story. That's the exact same numbers that I have for the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Because I think they're the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I believe more in the offensive staff for Chicago than I do for Green Bay. I like the weapons better in Green Bay than I like in Chicago. I like the quarterback fractionally better, but not by much. And Chicago has a better defense.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago also plays a slightly easier schedule. I don't buy either one.
Yeah.
I think the NFC North is a one playoff bid league, and it's the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, you asked me on the low side, could Detroit still win this division? If every team in the division hit their best case scenario for me, and the Lions hit their worst case, they would miss out on winning the division by a game.
Mm-hmm. that was kind of my point. I don't have faith in anybody in the NFC North other than the Detroit Lions this year. I want to see progression for Ben and the Bears, but I think even that progression at its best, you're not hitting double-digit wins. And I think it's a fool's errand for anybody to expect you to be there, although I know that there has been crazy talk in that fan base about doing just that thing, winning double-digit games and making the playoffs. Y'all need to pump the brakes a little bit, because I feel like you said the same damn thing about Justin Fields, and we know that never even got close.
I can also
to get into that.
As somebody that's paid much closer attention to Justin Fields since he's been in New York, he's bad. Just bad.
Just outright bad.
I have a lot of friends that are Jet beat writers, and oh Lord, every time his name comes up, I just get angry.
Yeah, your offense is a big problem for both of these teams, for Green Bay and Chicago. I like the defenses, but for Green Bay, I don't think their defense is as talented as Chicago, and they're going to have to score more points than Chicago is going to have to win games. And I don't know that your running game and that quarterback is necessarily doing that with the ragtag group of receivers that you have. On Chicago's side, I think that could be a defensive dominant team. Problem is, you don't have the running game that Green Bay has, which I wish you did. And I wish Green Bay had your receiving weapons. This is another one of those scenarios. If I combined these two teams, I'd have a hell of a contender.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they don't let you do that.
Nope, they do not let you do that. 9-6, best case, worst case on wins for the Bears and the Green Bay Packers. We'll take a quick break here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. When we come back, we will wrap up the best case, worst case scenarios. Best case scenario this week, you go down to Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue, and you have all of the meats and all of the beverages, and you have a grand old time. Worst case scenario, you go down to Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue this weekend, and you have the best meat in town, and you have fun with all of the beverages. There's really no lose in going to Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue, the official barbecue of the Sportsocracy. And why is there no lose in this situation? Because, well, the only way that you wouldn't have fun there is if you have no taste buds. It is the best meat in town. Their sides are phenomenal. Most barbecue places that you ever go to, or that I've ever been to, the meat's good. They do well with that, but then the sides just fall off a cliff. Nobody has the total package like Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue. We're proud to have them as sponsors of the program. I had Bears again for lunch today. More of that pulled chicken, which I feel like they do illegal things to it to make it taste
It's very
good.
good. And the broccoli salad, and I had the collard greens.
Oh God!
Those and I'm very and I am a collard green snob. I am very picky, and theirs are outrageously good.
I went in there over the weekend and ordered bear balls and a pint of that broccoli salad stuff. The guy behind the counter looked at me like, "What are you doing? You're one of those guys that tries to look healthy when you're eating." But we know what you did here. You just wanted bear balls for the fourth time this weekend. And you know what? You're right, because I can't have enough of those in my mouth. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Check them out at bearsbbq.com.
ESPN Asheville.
We are clear.
Thank you.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Less and less rain chance and coverage over the next.
Una más.
I think today the best chance, so that could kind of ruin your Friday afternoon outdoor evening plans. Partly sunny in between, 87. Tonight, a few showers, thunderstorms early, nothing widespread, mid-60s. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are possible mid to late afternoon, 85, and a chance of a thunderstorm Sunday, especially late, 87. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of gold unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
An app for pics, an app for playlists, even the app for scrolling endlessly at 2 a.m. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket, the free iHeartRadio app. Get what millions already have. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions. Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
And he swings and hits one deep down the left field line. Join us for Atlanta Braves baseball on Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville.
Back to the wall and blast off.
Coverage on 92.9 brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's a football Friday. Wrapping it up with some best case, worst case scenarios of the NFC South. Jeremy. Start with the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix Going to lead the Falcons out this year. Full season, is it going to be the playoff run that some have predicted?
I like Atlanta currently right there with Tampa Bay. I like their schedule better than Tampa Bay's. Every team in this division has a really narrow range of outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a ton of games on Atlanta's schedule that I feel like are guaranteed losses. They play the Rams late in the season, which I don't like. Obviously, you play all the teams in the division, so skip over those. The game at the Cardinals will be tough. The game at the Patriots will be tough.
Mm-hmm.
The game at the 49ers is not going to be any fun, and you get the Commanders and the Bills at home. So I think their range of outcomes is 10-7 on the high side, 8-9 on the low side.
Yep. We are in agreement. I'm actually at 7 on the worst side, but that's splitting hairs. 10 is the ceiling. 10, I think, is the most important because 10 is what you have to hit to win the division. Or that should be the goal, clearly. If we get to 10, you feel pretty safe in this division, do you not?
Yes.
So is it concerning that their best case scenario is only 10?
No. And I'll tell you why it's not concerning. 10 is my best case for Tampa Bay as well.
Okay.
I don't think I still think we're in the same spot with this division. There's not a good team in it. And for Tampa Bay, I'm looking at you play the Eagles, who I don't think you have a prayer of beating, at the Lions. I don't really like you against the Patriots. That's a defensive thing. I've seen this before with Baker Mayfield. You get 2 really good corners, and Baker throws 3 interceptions, and you lose a game that you should have won.
Right.
You play at the Bills. You play at the Rams. That's a lot of I don't feel good games.
Yeah.
Then you get into at the Falcons and at the Texans. There was another one, the Cardinals. There's just a lot of losable games here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Tampa Bay and Atlanta are in virtually the exact same position.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're at a quarterback deficit to practically any good team. And when I say good team, I mean team that could contend, not even necessarily Super Bowl contenders, the teams that could be playing in the last 2 weekends of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're at a quarterback deficit. I think both of you are at a defensive deficit. The difference is that I've seen Baker take that step forward, even though I think it was a little bit of fool's gold. I haven't seen it with Penix. I just haven't seen enough of Penix.
Yeah. Okay. Baker has taken a step. I mean, he's not great, right? He's not elite. He's not but I mean, he has taken that step into right inside the top 10 of quarterbacks in the NFL.
He is not there for me. He's not even close to that for me.
Not even close?
He's not even close to that.
How many quarterbacks you got ahead of Baker Mayfield?
Oh, let's look, because we just did this list, so it will not be that hard for me to find. You keep talking, I'll find it.
Because I don't know. Anyway, Baker has settled into a spot in Tampa, and I don't know that you can expect anything better than what he's given you already. Right? This is the high side. Where this team is at with 9 wins, 10 wins, I don't think it's getting any better than that.
I have your answer.
Yes.
Quarterbacks ahead of Baker Mayfield. These are it's not debatable, so we don't need to spend a second talking about it. Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts. That's 10.
Okay.
Then he gets into a tier with him, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, because I still believe in the talent, Not necessarily the situation. If you put Trevor in Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield in Jacksonville, what would happen? Because I feel that way about all of them. And then you get into Geno Smith, Bo Nix, Tua Tagovailoa. I think that's all of the next tier. Oh, Sam Darnold, he's supposed to be in there somewhere. I hit a button, and Sam is now floating out in the ether by himself, and I don't know where he went.
Yeah. Well, like I said, right outside the top 10.
Well, I mean, I would have 5 of those guys clearly ahead of Baker. So if you're at 16, you're not really right outside the top 10 for me.
Okay. All right.
You're right outside the top 15.
They have one of the best offenses in the NFL, or had one of the best offenses in the NFL last year. Will that carry over with a new offensive coordinator? Probably should.
It should,
it's not
but
changing.
I don't know.
Right, the scheme's not changing all that much. There will be tweaks, but for the most part, the system is the system, and it's all still in place. And the defense is your problem. And Atlanta still has a problem on defense as well. These teams are very close. I still have us by a game. Best case scenario for us is 11. Our worst case scenario, I think, is 9. You're just mired in that area where you're going to keep this fight up for another season.
So you said your worst case scenario was 9 and 8?
9, yeah.
As long as you employ Todd Bowles, I cannot agree with that. Now, if you fired him and nobody told me, then, hey, we can talk.
A losing season is always possible with Todd Bowles.
I think he's been a head coach 8 years. He's done it 6 times. So
and let's go with the New Orleans Saints.
I'm glad you saved Carolina for last, because there's going to be a lot of not nice things said here about New Orleans.
Yes.
I want to know what your high side for them is.
4 wins.
Mine's lower. Mine's lower.
All right. You got to how many?
2.
Best case scenario, they only get 2?
Okay, so I want you to tell me, when I say something wrong here, you tell me. You have the worst quarterback situation in the NFL.
No doubt.
You have the worst receiver situation in the NFL.
Sure, yeah.
Your line is fine. I don't think there is a player on this team. How do I want to phrase this? I don't think there's a player on this team that is not within a presidential term of my age that can get after a quarterback.
Okay.
And you're switching to a new defense that you are not built for. And your secondary is, I'm going to say dicey, because I'm trying to be nice as we go into the weekend. So let me see if I can quantify these 3 things. You have the worst quarterback situation in the NFL. You're going to finish at the bottom 10 of sacks by the time we get to the end of the year. And the back half of your defense is suspect, to say the least. Who the hell are you supposed to beat that way? The Giants? Because that's the one I got to.
The Giants.
I looked at the New York Giants and said, I would not watch that game. If they played it in my bedroom, I'd go sleep on the street. I don't see another game that they're going to win that the other team they play doesn't play down so far to their left. Even the Jets. You have to score on that defense. I don't see how you're going to do it, because Spencer Rattler is bad. Tyler Shuck, I think, has a chance, but I'm not so sure that I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of throwing Shuck out there when there's nothing to play for.
Well, I mean, he'd probably be the quarterback at that point.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that for me, I'm not sure I'm going to throw Tyler Shuck out there, period.
Ever?
If I do, it's going to be very late.
Okay.
It's a guy with an injury history. We're playing for absolutely nothing. What am I actually learning? I mean, if you want to chuck him out there against the Jets and against the Titans.
Well, he's 29 years old. You don't want to waste another year.
He's 25, but you're not wrong.
Right. I mean, I've got a short window here. I need to get him some reps before he retires. See, in my mind, it's already his job by that point.
It may start his job.
Like once they play the New York Jets in week 16, it's already been Tyler Shuck's job for 5 weeks.
And it very well could be.
Right.
I'm just saying that's probably not what I would do. I don't think you're going to glean anything. I've read this book way too many times.
Mm-hmm.
This is, oddly enough, it's the brother of the guy you just got rid of. This is the David Carr theory. You don't have anything around him. You're not going to figure out what he is. He's going to be throwing to guys that are going to be playing in the UFL in the spring.
Well, if you're this bad, it's not going to matter because he's not going to be there anyway. I mean, he may still be there, but he won't play.
Yeah, because, if you're as bad as I think you are, you're taking a quarterback at the top of the next class.
Right, you win 2 games, best case scenario, there's not really a chance you're not picking number 1.
I never in my life thought I would ever say the best case scenario for a team is to go 2-15.
Mm-hmm. The worst case scenario,
0-17.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one that I give the 0 to because they are that bad or could potentially be that bad. I mean, you're going to be terrible anyway, but, I mean, if things go poorly and Shuck's not the guy, Spencer Rattler's not as good as you want him to be, Alvin Kamara is showing his age, the defense is those pieces that you have that are good are showing their age. Like, it could be one of the worst seasons in franchise history, and that's saying something for the New Orleans Saints because that history is pelted with awfulness. Final team, the Carolina Panthers. Best case, worst case scenario. Best case, can they make the playoffs? No. I just best case scenario. I don't see them winning the division.
I gristle because of the word best. Best case scenario. All right, best case scenario for the Carolina Panthers. Just look at the schedule. This is one of the worst teams in the NFL, or was one of the worst teams in the NFL a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the year, they didn't look like one of the worst teams in the NFL. When I'm wrong, you feel free to tell me. They went 5-12 with that. And they went through half a season where I wasn't actually sure that they didn't think they were a soccer team. Like they were going into the Charlotte FC's locker room going, hey, why are we touching it with our hands? They didn't figure that out until after week 9. So I guess looking at what they have and where they are, I think the schedule lines up decently well. I don't like that you play Arizona so early. I don't like that your first 2 games are on the road. I don't like that you play New England so early. But, I mean, I'm still looking at Jacksonville. 2 with Atlanta, 2 with New Orleans, 2 with Tampa Bay. Yes, those are all winnable. Because I don't think there's a huge difference between Atlanta and Tampa Bay and Carolina. I think Carolina's a few games behind you. If everything goes right, you never know. Maybe they're a game behind you. I think they're all 3 light years ahead of New Orleans. But I think Carolina's better than Miami. I think they're better than Dallas. I think they're better than the Jets. You get 2 with New Orleans. You sneak one from San Francisco. You sneak one from Atlanta. You sneak one from Tampa Bay. Who knows? You're talking about the last 4 weeks of the season. You're talking about still being in the hunt for a wild card. You played New Orleans, Tampa Bay twice, and Seattle. And the Seattle game will be a West Coast coming east at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know. I think Carolina's best case scenario, I had to have it a step behind Atlanta, a step behind Tampa Bay.
Yep.
I think their high side is 9-8.
Okay.
I don't think their low side can be worse than they were last year. So I'll say their low side 6-11.
Okay. All right. That's a tight
And I think that's as reasonable as I could possibly be.
Yes. Yes. I'm at 8 and 9, best case. And I'm at 6-11, worst case for Carolina. I don't think you're there, but all those teams you just mentioned, I chalk them up as wins in the best case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you're hitting The elite teams, I don't think you're sneaking up on anybody. I don't see it yet. But you go from 5 wins to, right, it was 5 wins last year. You go to 8 wins this year. It's a pretty good improvement. And everybody's feeling a little rosier about giving that extension to Bryce Young, possibly. Everybody's feeling a little rosier about the next year of the Dave Canales era. But I don't think you're getting to the playoffs. Although in a 9-7 scenario, you win one of those games you're not supposed to. Guess I could see it happening in a perfect world. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. Don't forget to join us tomorrow at the Ingles Living the Dream Tour kickoff party. It's the Cultivated kickoff at Cultivated Cocktails. 161 Charlotte Highway. We'll be there at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Music with TLQ plus 2. Starts up at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Come on down and sample some of the spirits from Cultivated Cocktails. I'm got my eyes on that Steel Horse whiskey, Jeremy.
I'm excited about everything about it. It's going to be a fun time. We'll have the truck there. You come down, hang out with us, listen to some good music, have some good spirits. You know, who knows? Maybe buy a ticket to a tailgate event. We start buying some drinks. We'll have a good old time. How does that sound? We just have it.
Living the Dream 2, TOO.com. That's the official website for the Living the Dream Tour, because this time you get to ride along. Go to livingthedream2, TOO.com. Sign up for a fan trip today. I'll see you back here on Monday on a Womack Monday.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Your Mountain
I just got a fun
Less
email.
and less rain chance and coverage.
A fun email?
We may have merchandise for the season.
Ruin your Friday.
Oh, that's cool.
Booty
Lands
boo,
partly sunny
booty
in
boo.
between 87.
Boo,
Tonight, a few
boo,
showers,
boo,
thunderstorms
boo,
early.
boo,
Nothing
boo.
widespread, mid-60s. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are possible mid to late afternoon.
I love when
85.
people say, we're going to send you a bunch of free
Sunday,
stuff to try, and then
Thursday,
we'll figure it out
87.
from there.
From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray
you are.
Staging.
This report is sponsored by RenewalByAnderson.com.
It's the end of summer exclusive sale
we
at
missed
Renewal
Super
by
Chat.
Anderson. Buy one window or door and get
Oh, damn it.
% off.
I didn't
Plus
see it.
zero
I got
down
an email
zero
and I got
interest for 5
distracted.
years.
I'm the worst.
Ends August 31st.
Good lines breakdown. Okay. Sorry, Michael.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check
We
the GPS
appreciate you,
directions
Michael, and we will get you
before
to start
driving
the
to
show
mall.
on Tuesday when I'm back for YouTube. That was totally my fault, and I am a jackal.
The mall. Recalculating 6,000 miles to Nepal.
I have been trying to get us an apparel deal for the better part of 4 months, and one of them just said, yeah, we're totally down. And I got giddy excited.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and
I
affiliates.
should really turn email notifications off during the show because I get
Basketball
distracted.
playoffs.
So
LA
easy.
plays Chicago, followed by Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson taking on home team Dallas. Win or go home. Big Three playoffs starting with the Celebrity Game. CBS Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific.
This is the story of the one. As a safety,
Oh, my God.
what? He does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe.
I have tickets to the Marconi Awards.
Range of
Would you like to know who's sitting at my table?
so he can always play it safe.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you guess. I'm gonna let you sit back and think up a name of somebody that you could, I don't know, might have some sort of an attachment with our company that might be sitting at my table at the Marconi Awards.
Of $5,000 to stop.
He's in the number 1 seat at the table. I'm in the 12 seat, if that tells you anything.
Mix and match scents to create your
Ryan
own unique
Seacrest?
scent combo.
Nope. I mean, you're name-wise, you're in the ballpark.
Bobby Bones?
Nope. Dream Tour in style. Think about what we do. Kickoff party.
Oh,
Join
and
us at
news.
6 Saturday night. Nope. At Cultivated Cock. Think about what we do.
Oh, sports.
In Asheville. Enjoy their award-winning spirits,
God,
killer
who's
cocktails,
the
and
A
live
for I
music
Heart Sports?
For TLQ plus 2. Let's start the football season the only way we know how. Great
we
drinks,
own
great music,
Fox.
and great friends. Yes, we do. Official
Dan
spirit of the
Patrick?
Live in the Dream. Nope. This time, we ride together
Colin
Living
Cowherd.
the dream. Yep, that's it.
You're Colin Cowherd sitting at your table?
We're going to fucking be sitting right across from Colin Cowherd.
That's the coolest thing that's happened to us.
What the fuck, dude?
That's the best thing that's.
No one you'd rather share those miniature memories.
I love Colin Cowherd.
Oh my God,
I love Colin Cowherd.
I'm gonna get to meet Colin Cowherd.
I hate you a lot right now.
All the
at Obix.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real
You could have
estate
saved that
expert,
till
guide you
Tuesday to
every
tell me
step of
because
the
you
way.
just
Whether
totally
you're searching for
defecated on my apparel deal.
Oh no!
Because now your news is way more exciting than mine.
No, it's not.
Possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Ingles studio.
All right, I'm going to knock us off YouTube before you say something that's going to get us fired. Because
I didn't realize we were still on the
yes.
Good.